The desire to learn cannot be silenced. Little Awa hides behind the door, watching her brothers sling their bags over their shoulders. She wants to follow, to walk beside them, to sit in a classroom and hold a book of her own. But her mother gently shakes her head. School is not for girls. Awa lowers her gaze, but inside, a fire has been lit. She will not accept a life where knowledge is denied to her. Somewhere, somehow, she will learn, even if the world says she cannot. Because education is not just for boys, it is for those who dare to claim it. Some battles must be fought with words. Mariama stands before the village elders, her voice strong, her hands steady. Our daughters deserve the same chance as our sons, she argues. The elders murmur, shaking their heads. Tradition is not so easily changed. One man scoffs. A girl's place is in the home, not in a classroom. Mariama clenches her fists, knowing that convincing them will not be easy. But she will not stop fighting, not when the future of so many girls is at stake. If they will not allow it openly, she will find another way. Some lessons must be taught in shadows before they reach the light. Mariama moves through the village under the cover of night, lantern in hand. Behind her, a line of young girls follows, their steps quiet, but their hearts racing. They reach the hidden hut, a small room where knowledge will no longer be forbidden. "Here, you will learn," Mariama whispers, lighting a candle. The girls glance at one another, excitement and fear mingling in their eyes. For the first time, letters and numbers will belong to them too. Education has found a way, even in the darkest of places. A single letter can change a destiny. Mariama's chalk scrapes against the board, forming the first letter, A. The girls whisper it softly, their voices growing steadier with each repetition. Some struggle, their fingers tracing the shapes in the air, determination shining in their eyes. Mariama kneels beside them, guiding their hands, filling their minds with possibility. The air is thick with learning, with hope, with something that had once been forbidden. Tonight, the walls of this small hut hold a revolution in the making. These girls are not just learning to write, they are learning to fight for their future. Some knowledge must be protected before it can be shared. Mariama carefully tucks a worn textbook beneath a layer of vegetables. If the elders knew, they would burn it. But she will not let ignorance win. She glances over her shoulder before slipping out of her hut, carrying the hidden books toward the secret school. The weight in her hands is not just paper and ink, it is the weight of every girl who longs to learn. She does not know how long she can keep this hidden, but she must try, because education is not a crime, it is a right, even when the world refuses to see it. And she will fight for it, no matter the cost. Fear and knowledge walk hand in hand. A sudden noise outside freezes the lesson in place. Mariama signals with her hands, "Erase everything now." The girls move quickly, rubbing away the letters, their hearts pounding. The flickering lantern casts long shadows as they sit in silence, holding their breath. Boots crunch on dirt outside, voices murmuring. Then, finally, fading away. Mariama exhales, her grip tightening on the chalk she never got to use. They are safe for now, but for how much longer? Change does not only come from the young, it is carried by those who remember. Mariama meets the elder woman in the quiet alley behind the market. With careful hands, the woman presses a bundle of books into Mariama's arms. "I was never allowed to learn," she whispers, "but they will." Mariama clutches the books, the weight of history and hope filling her chest. This woman, bound by tradition, has chosen to fight in the only way she can. "Teach them well," the elder woman says before vanishing into the night. Mariama tightens her grip, knowing that she is not alone in this fight. Truth, once discovered, cannot be hidden again. Mariama stands firm as the angry father slams the book onto the table. "You fill her head with nonsense," he shouts, his face red with fury. The girl clings to her mother, her eyes filled with fear. Mariama meets his gaze, unshaken. She is learning. That is not a crime. Nee. The silence is heavy, the weight of tradition battling the power of knowledge. The father turns to his daughter, seeing the hope in her eyes. Without a word, he walks away, but he does not take the book with him. A classroom is not four walls, it is wherever knowledge is shared. Mariama kneels in the dirt, drawing numbers with a stick. The girls sit in a circle, the moon their only lantern, the stars their silent witnesses. They whisper answers, afraid the wind might carry their voices to the wrong ears. Their school has no roof, no desks, but it holds the greatest gift of all, hope. Learning is not about where, Mariama tells them. It is about why. The night is cold, but they do not feel it. They are too busy counting, dreaming, because knowledge once given can never be taken away. Change begins in the hearts of those who dare to witness it. One by one, the mothers gather, watching from the shadows. They see their daughters writing, reading, growing before their very eyes. Some clutch their chests, emotions they cannot name rising within them. One woman whispers, "I wish I had this chance." Mariama steps outside, locking eyes with them. This is not just about the girls anymore. This is about generations, about breaking chains forged long ago. And perhaps, just perhaps, the world is starting to change. Change is slow, but it begins with courage. Mariama faces the elders again, but this time, she is not alone. The mothers step forward, their voices steady, their eyes full of conviction. "We've seen what education can do," one woman says, "and we will not let our daughters be denied." The elders listen, their once stubborn expressions shifting as they hear the stories of transformation. One elder sighs, rubbing his beard. Perhaps, just perhaps, they have been wrong. Mariama holds her breath, knowing this moment could change everything. And then the oldest elder speaks, "Let us talk." A spark has turned into a flame. Mariama walks with her head high, a book in her hands, unafraid. Behind her, young girls walk freely, their notebooks clutched tightly to their chests. The hidden school is still small, but no longer in the shadows. Each day, more parents quietly send their daughters, trusting Mariama with their futures. Change is not loud. It is in the quiet moments of defiance, of belief, of hope. For the first time, the village sees a future where girls can read, write, and dream. Mariama smiles. This is only the beginning. The voice of the future is loud and unshaken. The young girl stands before the village, book in hand, ready to read. Her fingers tremble, but her voice does not. She has worked for this moment. The words flow, strong and steady, reaching the ears of those who once doubted. Mothers weep, fathers watch in silent awe. This is what they once feared, and yet it is beautiful. When she finishes, the village is quiet, absorbing the power of what they have just witnessed. Mariama wipes a tear from her eye. This is not just reading, it is revolution. And the girl, standing tall, knows she will never be silenced again. A dream, once whispered, now stands in stone and wood. The school is no longer a secret. It is a place of pride, of possibility. Girls walk through its doors, their books held high, their heads held higher. Mariama stands at the entrance, watching them step into a future once denied. The village elders do not stop them. Instead, they nod in quiet approval. Walls that once hid learning now invite it, embracing a new way of thinking. Generations will pass through here, each one stronger than the last. This is no longer a fight. It is a victory. A teacher's journey never ends. Mariama stands at the window, watching the sky burn with the colors of dusk. The The sound of laughter echoes outside. Girls running, learning, living. She knows there are still battles to fight, traditions to challenge, minds to open. But tonight, she allows herself to breathe, to be proud of what they have built. She touches the old chalk in her hand, remembering the nights of secrecy and fear. Now there is no fear, only knowledge, only possibility. And as the stars begin to appear, she whispers a promise. We will never go back.